My screen.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glory to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistike. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 8, The Sons of Sagara Meet Lord Kapil Dev. Text 1. Sukadev Goswami continued. The son of Rohita was Harita, and Harita's son was Champa, who constructed the town of Champapuri. The son of Champa was Sudeva, and his son was Vijaya. Text 2. The son of Vijaya was Varuka. Varuka's son was Vrika, and Vrika's son was Bahuka. The enemies of King Bahuka took away all his possessions, and therefore the king entered the order of Vanaprastha and went to the forest with his wife. Text 3. Bahuka died when he was old, and one of his wives wanted to die with him, following the sati rite. At that time, however, Orva Muni, knowing her to be pregnant, forbade her to die. Text 4. Knowing that she was pregnant, the co-wives of the wife of Bahuka conspired to give her poison with her food, but it did not act. Instead, the son was born along with the poison. Therefore, he became famous as Sagara, one who is born with poison. Sagara later became the emperor. The place known as Ganga Sagara was excavated by his sons. Text 5 to 6. Sagara Maharaj, following the order of his spiritual master Orva, did not kill the uncivilized men like the Talankas, Yavanas, Sakas, Hayasas, and Barbaras. Instead, some of them he made dress awkwardly. Some of them he saved clean but allowed to wear mustache. Some of them he left wearing loose hair. Some he half saved, some he left without underwear, and some without external garments. Thus, these different clans were made to dress differently. But King Sagara did not kill them. Text 7. Following the instruction of the great sage Arva, Sagara Maharaj performed Aswamedha sacrifices and thus satisfied the Supreme Lord, who is the supreme controller and supersoul of all learned scholars and the knower of all Vedic knowledge, the supreme personality of Godhead. But Indra, the king of heaven, stole the horse meant to be offered at the sacrifice. Text 8. King Sagara had two wives, Sumati and Kesini. The sons of Sumati, who were very proud of their prowess and influence, following the order of their father, searched for the lost horse. While doing so, they dug into the earth very extensively. Text 9 to 10. Therefore, in the northeastern direction, they saw the horse near the ashrama of Kapilamuni. Here is the man who has stolen the horse, they said. He's staying there with closed eyes. Certainly he is very sinful. Kill him, kill him. Shouting like this, the sons of Sagara, 60,000 altogether, raised their weapons. When they approached the sage opened his eyes. Text 11. By the influence of Indra, the king of heaven, the sons of Sagara had lost their intelligence and disrespect a great personality. Consequently, fire emanated from their own bodies and they were immediately burned to ashes. Text 12. It is sometimes argued that son of King Sagara were burned to ashes by the fire emanating from the eyes of Kapila Muni. This statement, however, is not approved by great learned persons, for Kapila Muni's body is completely in the mode of goodness, and therefore he cannot manifest the mode of ignorance in the form of anger, just as the pure sky cannot be polluted by the dust of the earth. Text 13. Kapila Muni enunciated in this material world the Sankhya philosophy, which is a strong boat with which to cross over the ocean of nescience. Indeed, a person eager to cross the ocean of the material world may take shelter of this philosophy. In such a greatly learned person situated on the elevated platform of transcendence, how can there be any distinction between enemy and friend? Text 14. Among the sons of Sagara Maharaj was one named Asamanjasa, who was born from the king's second wife, Kesini. The son of Asamanjasa was known as Amsuman, and he was always engaged in working for the good of Sagara Maharaj, his grandfather. Text 15 to 16. Formerly, in his previous birth, Asamanjasa had been a great mystic yogi, but by bad association he had fallen from his exalted position. Now, in this life, he was born in a royal family and was a smara. That is, he had the special advantage of being able to remember his past birth. Nonetheless, he wanted to display himself as a miscreant, therefore, he would do things that were abominable in the eyes of the public and unfavorable to his relatives. He would disturb the boys sporting in the river Sarayu by throwing them into the depths of the water. Text 17. Because Asamanjasa engaged in such abominable activities, his father gave up affection for him and had him exiled. Then Asamanjasa exhibited his mystic power by reviving the boys and showing them to the king and their parents. After this, Asamanjasa left Ayodhya. Text 18. O King Parikshit, when all of the inhabitants of Ayodhya saw that their boys had come back to life, they were astounded, and King Sagara greatly lamented the absence of his son. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Gopijana, Priya Mataji, please accept our humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Please take over the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Radharani Mataji, for the opportunity. And thank you, Prabhuji, Achit Prabhuji, for reading the translations today. Let's do thank you, devotees, for joining today's Bhagavatam session. Let me share the screen and we'll quickly do prayers and get into the discussion. Are you able to see the screen, Mataji? I'm showing chapter 8, the sons of Sagara.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you.
We can see, Mataji.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotee. So we are continuing to discuss from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 8. We are doing Sloka 1 to 18 today. So Srimad Bhagavatam has been describing about the dynasties of Amrish Maharaj. And, in response to the question asked by Parikshit Maharaj. So in these dynasties, there are several names who is a son of, who take birth in their dynasty, several generations. So now, yesterday we also heard from His Grace Krishna Venudas Prabhuji about Harishchandra and Purukutsa, Trisekha, their little brief stories. So that Harishchandra, who had prayed for son Varunadev, so that is his he got the son. His name is Rohita. So that Rohita dynasty is described here in the 8th chapter, and it's again a very nice section. Um, the names are again given. Rohita's son is Harita. Harita's son was Champa, and Champa has constructed the town of Champapuri. So the son of Champa was Sudeva and his son was Vijaya. So we can see that how Srimad Bhagavatam is so accurately and precisely describing the dynasties, the names, several generations. But if you ask me, I cannot even go back three generations higher. My father, my grandfather, and great grandfather, but not before that, right? So we are our intelligence is very limited. And also here nowadays people think about IQ, intelligence quotient. I heard this from His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu, that spiritual quotient is important. SQ is important. Then automatically the other quotients needed intelligence and they follow. Here, Sukadeva Goswami, he is highly, SQ, spiritual quotient. So that's why he's able to remember all these dynasties, not only in the past, Manvantaras, and present, and also in the future Manvantaras also. He describes. So. And also, what I was thinking by reading these names, when one who takes birth in pure devotees family, right, Amrish Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, so their dynasty names and they also hold place in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is eternal scripture which is read by generations after generations. It's for eternal, right? Their names are, they have got the place in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very fortunate to take birth in such dynasties. So again, the son of Vijaya was Bharuka. Bharuka's son was Vruka. Vruka's son was Bahuka. And because the enemies of Bahuka took away all his possessions, so Bahuka entered Vanaprastha along with his wife. And text 4, text 3. So Bahuka died in that forest, but one of his wife wants to go Sati, wants to do Sati with him, Sati rite. That is to go along with, to die along with his, with her husband. But at the time, great Muni called Aura Muni, he knowing that she was pregnant, she stopped her not to do Sati. And it's a great responsibility as a mother that she needs to raise the child, right? So that's why when Pandu Maharaj died, so Pandu Maharaj has two wives, Madri and Kunti. So, so there was a discussion between Madri and Kunti who go for Sati. So even they both want to do Sati, but they already have 5 children, right? Pandu Maharaj has 5 sons, Pandavas, 3 for Kunti and 2 through Madri. Madri conveyed Kunti and convinced her that you are able to, you are such a very intelligent woman. You are able to raise the children nicely. You take care of my children also. So 3 plus 2, 5. You take care of all these 5 children. I go Sati with our husband Pandu Maharaj. So it is always voluntarily. Prabhupada writes in several purports, it's not a forceful thing. And later it became a forceful. So there, sati has had to be stopped completely. So why they do that is also given by Prabhupada, that the wives also attain the same destination when they go sati. So when a husband is a devotee husband, so he definitely attains higher destination, right? So the same destination will be attained by wives doing that. So now, knowing that she was pregnant, Bahuka wife was pregnant, the co-wives, what they did, they administered poison in order to kill. See how envious they are. So their husband is already died, and the co-wives are still envious of his wife, and they administered. So now that poison could not kill the son. Son was born along with that poison. That's why he's famously known as Sagara. Sa means along with, Gara means poison. So one who is born with poison is Sagara. Then he became a great emperor. So along with that line, so Sagara is born now. So we'll discuss about Sagara dynasty and some pastimes. So Sagara Maharaj was protected by Aura, right? Aura spiritual master. So his spiritual master is Aura. So by his order, he did not kill the uncivilized people, like some category of uncivilized people are given here. Hayas, Sakas, Yavanas, so Barbaras. So he did not choose to kill them by the order of spiritual master, but he dressed them awkwardly. Some of them he shaved clean, and some of them he left wearing loose hair. So some kind of special dresses, special outlooks are given to that category of people. But Sagara did not kill them. So it is very important to follow the order of spiritual master, right? So by the order of his spiritual master, again he performed Ashwamedha sacrifice in order to satisfy the Supreme Lord. So the sacrifices are meant for Supreme Lord pleasure. So Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. So he is the enjoyer of all the sacrifices, and the sacrifices to be performed for his own pleasure. And he's the supreme controller, super soul, and he's the knower of the Vedic knowledge. So now Indra became envious. So because he's always insecure of his post, right? So when he sees that Sagara Maharaj is performing Ashwamedha, he stole the horse. We see the similar pastime in fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. When Prithu Maharaj was performing, he wanted to perform 100 sacrifices, but after completion of 99 sacrifices or sacrifices, so when he's doing 100th sacrifice, Indra came in the disguise of a saintly personality, sannyasi garment, and he stole the horse. So it's a very nice pastime over there in fourth canto, that Lord Brahma intervened and he settled the matter, and Lord Vishnu is pleased with Prithu Maharaj's behavior and his extraordinary qualities. So usually Vishnu is pleased when the sacrifice is performed, but in that pastime, Vishnu is pleased when the sacrifice is stopped by Prithu Maharaj, because he's following the orders of Lord Brahma, Prithu Maharaj. So here, Indra again in this pastime also, he stole the horse that is meant to be offered at the sacrifice. 8th verse. So Sagar Maharaj had two wives, Sumati and Kesini. And Sumati sons, they're proud of their prowess and influence. There are 60,000 sons, so they're very proud of their influence. And because now horse is not there for the sacrifice, so it is the duty of the king's sons to search for it, the lost horse, right? So while doing so, they dug the earth very extensively in order to find the horse. So that is called Ganga Sagar. 9 and 10. So on the northeastern direction, they see the horse near ashram of Kapila Muni. So they immediately come to the conclusion that he is the man who has stolen the horse. So he's staying there with closed eyes. Certainly he is very sinful. Kill him, kill him. So shouting like that, the 60,000 altogether, they raised the weapons and they approached the sun, sage. Then sage opened his eyes. So Kapil Bhagavan, so a supreme personality of Godhead, and his teachings are given in Canto 3, the third skanda of Srimad Bhagavatam. Profound teachings, and he is Devahuti Sutta, the son of Devahuti and Kardamuni. So seeing that, the horse is just near the ashrama. They never saw that Kapila Muni has stolen, or nobody has told that Kapila Muni has stolen. They did not hear anything. Just they are going on their mental speculation. Pratyaksha and Anumana, Pramana, they are very dangerous without Shruti, right? So now, so they are immediately taking action that kill that person, and they raise the weapons. So it is very important for practicing devotees that not to judge the people just by seeing, or by having some connections. Okay, this might happen. Maybe that is the reason he is doing so. That is the reason she is doing so. So it is. It leads to not just judging, and later it becomes a great offense. So it starts how judging the people, using our some polluted intelligence. So later it becomes a great offense. Now they are trying to attempt to kill Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. The sage opened his eyes. And 11th verse. So now they lost their intelligence and disrespected a great personality. And then what happened? The fire emanated from their own bodies and they were immediately burned to ashes. So in the purport, Prabhupada writes about the material body is a combination of Panchamahabhuta, earth, water, fire, air, ether. And there is already fire within us, right? There is the different types of fire also. Bhagavad Gita speaks that we need fire for digestion and we need a certain temperature in order to leave our body. And also, that fire, sometimes it becomes hot, sometimes it becomes cool also, when we are not feeling well. That is in the form of uh, fever, right? When the temperature goes up, then we get fever. When the temperature goes down, then we get some shivery, right? So it has to be in moderate level. So what happens now? Maharaj's son's body's fire becomes so hot and they burn into ashes. So they become that much hot. So why it is happening? It is because of their misbehavior toward a great personality. Such misbehavior is called Mahad Vyatikrama. Mahad Vyatikrama we can see here in verse also. Yeah, Mahat Vyatikrama, right? So yeah, Vyatikrama Hata. So because of their Mahat, a great personality, Vyatikrama Hata. By defending a great personality, the fire emanates and they burn into ashes. So Srimad Bhagavatam also says that it is the evident example, the result of offending a great personalities. What happens? Ayuhu Sriyam Yasho Dharma Lokan Asisha Evacha Hanti Sreyamsi Sarvani Pumso Mahad Atikrama. So whenever we offend a great personality, then Ayu, the lifespan will decrease. Shriyam, the beauty. Yesa, the fame will decrease. Dharma, the religion. And Loka, an elevation to higher planetary system. Asisha, that is blessings, the blessings that we have. And Hanti Sreyamsi Sarvani. Hanti destroys. All the benedictions get destroyed by offending the great personality. So we can see here that their life duration immediately, they died. Life duration became a great impact in their lives because of offense. So I think we did until 11, right? 12. So, but sometimes it is argued that King Sagara was burned to ashes by the fire that comes from the eyes of Lord Kapiladev. So Kapiladev, we read that Kapiladev opened his eyes, right? So because of the anger and the fire emanates from Kapila Bhagavan, so these sons of Sagara have died. Some people argue that, but it is not approved by great persons. Bhagavatam itself clearly says that by their offense to great personality, Mahatvetikrama, they got killed. And Kapil Bhagavan, he's the supreme personality of Godhead. He is Suddha Sattva. And how can he manifest that mode of ignorance in the form of anger? It's not possible. Kamala Lochana. This Kamala Lochana means he has lotus eyes. So he did not manifest any anger. He's completely pure. 13th. So he is the profounder of Sankhya philosophy. Sankhya philosophy, that is the essence of Sankhya philosophy is the pure devotional service. So he gives such great teachings to Mother Devahuti in 3rd Canto, 25th chapter. It lasts, I think it goes on like several chapters. And devotional service is the cream of that Sankhya philosophy. And by it acts as a strong boat in order to cross over this ocean of material science. So for those who have taken the shelter of that philosophy, so they can easily cross over this material boat. So in such a great, because he's such a great learned person situated in the transcendence, so how can there is distinction between friend and enemy? Sukhdev Goswami is saying that he's equal to everyone. He does not see any distinction between enemy and friend. Prahlad Maharaj also says he does not like the idea of distinguishing between friend and enemy. So that is all at the bodily platform. And Purport Prabhupada writes about the transcendental position of Brahma Bhuta. So he is always jubilant. He is Prasannatma. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kangshati. So what they do, they are sama sarveshu bhuteshu. So they're equal to everyone. No friend, no enemy. And Krishna also samoham sarva bhuteshu. Name dveshosti na priya. So I'm equal to everyone. He declares that, right? So he's equal to everyone in general. So he's not envious of anyone. Nobody is dead to him. So how Kapil Bhagavan is also supreme personality of Godhead. He's the incarnation of Krishna. So there is material contamination will not touch him. He's always in transcendence. So conclusion is, because of their offense to sage Kapila, they died immediately on the spot. And 14th verse. So now another son of Sagara Maharaj is Asamanjasa. So Asamanjasa was born for his second wife, Kesini, king's second wife, Kesini. So Maharaj Sagara and Kesini's son is Asmanjasa. Asmanjasa's son was Amsuman. He's a very great personality. We will hear his story, his pastime very nicely in the upcoming sections. And Anjam Asmanjasa is so 15th and 16th, Asmanjasa has been a great mystic yogi in his previous birth. And because of his bad association, he fall down from his exalted position. Again, the important here is bad association. Such a mystic yogi, he fall down from his position. Now he has taken the birth in royal family as son of Sagar Maharaj. So because he remembers his previous consciousness, he was a Jati Smara because he remembers about his previous birth, right? And also he has still his mystic powers in his life. and he remembers them, what he did, how he misused his past life, right? So now he purposefully displaying himself as a miscreant, and he would do such abominable things that he was throwing the friends also into the river of Sarayu. So such abominable acts he was doing. And 17th one, so his father, Sagar Maharaj, seeing all his sinful activities, he gave up affection and had him exiled. So that means that he as much as I had to leave his palace, his kingdom, his family. So that is the purpose of Ashamanjasa activities. He wants to leave. So he exhibited his mystic power again, and he revived all the boys that he threw into the depths of Sarayu River. So he revived them and he left Ayodhya. So now 18th verse, all the inhabitants of Ayodhya, now they have seen the boys came back to life. Now they are astonished, and also King Sagara, he lamented greatly for the absence of his, and now everybody came to know that Asmanjasa is a great personality. He was doing by just, he was just acting as a miscreant, but he's a great yogi. And now Sagar Maharaj also lamenting. So this is the last verse for today. And we will see Amsuman beautiful section coming up in the next session. Thank you so much for joining today's session. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna devotees.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for beautiful class. Hare Krishna, all devotees, for joining the class today. Let's end the call here.